Hello everybody, welcome to Hollywood Stars Lifestyle. Welcome back to another amazing video, so please share and subscribe for more videos. Walter Bruce Willis, born March 19, 1955, is an American actor. His career began on the off-Broadway stage in the 1970s. He achieved fame with a leading role on the comedy drama series Moonlighting, 1985 to 1989, and appeared in over 100 films, gaining recognition as an action hero after his portrayal of John McClane in the Die Hard franchise, 1988 to 2013, and other roles. Willis's other credits include The Last Boy Scout, 1991, Pulp Fiction, 1994, 12 Monkeys, 1995, The Fifth Element, 1997, Armageddon, 1998, The Sixth Sense, 1999, Heart's War, 2002, Tears of the Sun, 2003, Hostage, 2005, Moonrise Kingdom, 2012, and Motherless Brooklyn, 2019. In the later years of his career, Willis starred in many low-budget direct-to-video films, which were poorly received. In March 2022, Willis's family announced that he was retiring after being diagnosed with aphasia, a condition that affects language cognition. As a singer, Willis released his debut album, The Return of Bruno, in 1987, followed by two more albums in 1989 and 2001. He made his Broadway debut in the stage adaptation of Misery in 2015. Willis has received various accolades throughout his career, including a Golden Globe Award, 2 Primetime Emmy Awards, and 2 People's Choice Awards. He received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame in 2006. Films featuring Willis have grossed between $2.64 billion and $3.05 billion at North American box offices, making him in 2010 the 8th highest grossing actor in a leading role. Early life. Walter Bruce Willis was born in Idar Oberstein, West Germany, on March 19, 1955. His mother, Marlene, was German, from Kassel. His father, David Willis, was an American soldier. Willis has a younger sister, Florence, and 2 younger brothers, Robert, deceased, and David. After being discharged from the military in 1957, his father relocated the family to his hometown of Carneys Point, New Jersey. Willis has described his background as a long line of blue-collar people. His mother worked in a bank and his father was a welder, master mechanic, and factory worker. Willis, who spoke with a stutter, attended Penns Grove High School, where his schoolmates nicknamed him Buck Buck. He joined the drama club, found that acting on stage reduced his stutter, and was eventually elected student council president. After graduating from high school in 1973, Willis worked as a security guard at the Salem nuclear power plant and transported crew members at the DuPont Chambers Works factory in Deepwater, New Jersey after working as a private investigator, a role he would later play in the comedy drama series Moonlighting and the action comedy film The Last Boy Scout. He turned to acting. He enrolled in the drama program at Montclair State University, where he was cast in a production of Cat on a Hot Tin Roof. He left school in 1977 and moved to New York City, where he supported himself in the early 1980s as a bartender at the Manhattan art bar Kamikaze while living in the Hell's Kitchen neighborhood. Business activities. Willis owns houses in Los Angeles and Penns Grove, New Jersey. He also rents apartments at Trump Tower and in Riverside, South Manhattan. In 2000, Willis and his business partner Arnold Rifkin started a motion picture production company called Cheyenne Enterprises. He left the company to be run solely by Rifkin in 2007 after Live Free or Die Hard. He also owns several small businesses in Haley, Idaho, including the Mint Bar and the Liberty Theater, and was one of the first promoters of Planet Hollywood, with actors Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sylvester Stallone. Willis and the other actors were paid for their appearances and endorsements through an employee stock ownership plan. In 2009, Willis signed a contract to become the international face of Belvedere Sobieski vodka in exchange for 3.3% ownership in the company. Personal life. Willis's acting role models are Gary Cooper, Robert De Niro, Steve McQueen, and John Wayne. He is left-handed. He resides in the Brentwood neighborhood of Los Angeles with his family. Relationships and children. At the premiere for the film Stakeout, Willis met actress Demi Moore. They married on November 21, 1987, and had 3 daughters, including Roma, who was born in August 1988. Willis and Moore announced their separation on June 24, 1998. They filed for divorce on October 18, 2000, and the divorce was finalized later that day. Regarding the divorce, Willis stated, "I felt I had failed as a father and a husband by not being able to make it work." He credited actor Will Smith for helping him cope with the situation. He has maintained a close friendship with both Moore and her subsequent husband, actor Ashton Kutcher, and attended their wedding. Willis was engaged to actress Brooke Burns until they broke up in 2004 after 10 months together. He married model Emma Hemming in Turks and Caicos on March 21, 2009. Guests included his 3 daughters, as well as Moore and Kutcher. The ceremony was not legally binding, so the couple wed again in a civil ceremony in Beverly Hills 6 days later. The couple has 2 daughters, one born in 2012 and another born in 2014. Religious views. Willis was a Lutheran, but no longer practices. In a July 1998 interview with George magazine, he stated, "Organized religions in general, in my opinion, are dying forms. They were all very important when we didn't know why the sun moved, why weather changed, why hurricanes occurred, or volcanoes happened. Modern religion is the entrail of modern mythology. But there are people who interpret the Bible literally. Literally. I choose not to believe that's the way. And that's what makes America cool, you know?" Political views. In 1988, Willis and then-wife Demi Moore campaigned for Democratic Massachusetts Governor Michael Dukakis' presidential bid. 4 years later, he supported President George H.W. Bush for re-election and was an outspoken critic of Bill Clinton. However, in 1996, he declined to endorse Clinton's Republican opponent Bob Dole, because Dole had criticized Demi Moore for her role in the film Striptease. Willis was an invited speaker at the 2000 Republican National Convention, and supported George W. Bush that year. He did not make any contributions or public endorsements in the 2008 presidential campaign. In several June 2007 interviews, he declared that he maintains some Republican ideologies. In 2006, he said that the United States should intervene more in Colombia in order to end drug trafficking. In several interviews, Willis has said that he supports large salaries for teachers and police officers, and said he is disappointed in the United States foster care system as well as treatment of Native Americans. Willis also stated that he is a supporter of gun rights, stating, "Everyone has a right to bear arms. If you take guns away from illegal gun owners, then the only people who have guns are the bad guys." In February 2006, Willis was in Manhattan to promote his film 16 Blocks with reporters. One reporter attempted to ask Willis about his opinion on the Bush administration, but was interrupted by Willis in mid-sentence when he said, "I'm sick of answering this fucking question. I'm a Republican only as far as I want a smaller government. I want less government intrusion. I want them to stop shitting on my money and your money and tax dollars that we give 50% of every year. I want them to be fiscally responsible, and I want these goddamn lobbyists out of Washington. Do that and I'll say I'm a Republican. I hate the government, okay? I'm apolitical. Write that down. I'm not a Republican." Willis's name was in an advertisement in the Los Angeles Times on August 17, 2006, that condemned Hamas and Hezbollah and supported Israel in the 2006 Israel-Lebanon war.